What if your own government is treating you like a trapped paying customer? Look at the terrifying state of the modern Western world right now. Taxes are climbing higher every single year without any clear limit. Inflation is silently destroying the buying power of your hard-earned savings. Politicians constantly print trillions of fake dollars to fund their massive debts. They desperately want you tied to one specific physical location forever. They want you stuck in a miserable 9-to-5 job with massive mortgage debt. Because if you are physically trapped, you are incredibly easy to control. You are basically a modern financial hostage to a failing system. But what if the entire concept of the traditional nation-state is currently collapsing? What if the smartest, wealthiest people are quietly leaving the old system entirely? If you click away right now, you will miss the greatest wealth transition ever. You will stay trapped on a sinking ship while the elites completely escape. Wake up, because the rules of the entire global game have changed completely. In this video, I will expose the ultimate blueprint for total personal freedom. I am going to give you 3 exact frameworks to become completely sovereign. You will learn exactly how the internet is actively destroying government power today. I will show you how to completely detach your daily income from physical geography. By the end of this video, your view of citizenship will change forever. You will see exactly why geographic loyalty is actually a massive financial trap. You will understand how to legally force corrupt countries to compete for your tax dollars. And I will give you the specific steps to protect your wealth from desperate politicians. This is not some basic advice about cutting back on daily expenses. This is a masterclass in building absolute, untaxable independence in the digital age. Pay very close attention because this specific knowledge will make you truly untouchable. The highly controversial book we are breaking down today is The Sovereign Individual. It was written by James Dale Davidson and Lord William Rees-Mogg. Why should you listen to these 2 men about your money and future? Because they were brilliant financial advisors and deeply studied economic historians. They wrote this incredibly prophetic, mind-bending book way back in 1997. Decades ago, they perfectly predicted the rise of digital nomadism and remote work. They literally predicted the exact invention of decentralized cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. They realized the old industrial age of heavy factories was dying forever. They saw that the new information age would completely destroy traditional government monopolies. They wrote this book to warn you about the massive chaos coming. They wanted to show smart people exactly how to survive the crumbling welfare state. The first major concept is understanding the undeniable decline of the nation-state. For centuries, governments controlled people easily because wealth was mostly physical. You owned physical farmland, heavy factory machinery, or a physical brick-and-mortar store. Because your valuable assets could not move, the government could easily tax them. They basically held a powerful monopoly on violence and forced you to comply. But Davidson and Rees-Mogg explain how digital technology completely ruins this control model. In the new information age, the most valuable assets are entirely digital. Your knowledge, your software code, and your digital media can move instantly worldwide. Let me give you my brutally honest take on what this means today. If you work a physical job, you are extremely easy for the government to tax. But if you make your money online, you become incredibly difficult to track. Governments are currently terrified because highly skilled workers are easily slipping away. When wealth becomes purely digital, the traditional taxing power of the state collapses entirely. The second major concept completely flips how you view your personal citizenship. Society tells you to have deep, unquestioning loyalty to the country you were born in. Mainstream belief says you must happily pay whatever tax rate your government loudly demands. But the authors completely destroy this highly romanticized, traditional view of patriotism. They argue that modern countries are basically just massive, inefficient corporations providing basic services. They say you must immediately start treating nations exactly like highly competitive hotels. If a hotel provides terrible service and charges massive fees, you simply check out. In the information age, highly skilled workers can effortlessly move across borders. This creates the ultimate sovereign individual who is no longer a trapped customer. If your current country raises taxes to absurd levels, you simply leave. You take your highly valuable digital business to a country that treats you much better. This forces bloated, inefficient governments to actually compete for your valuable economic presence. This deeply controversial mindset completely shifts massive power back to the individual. This brings us to the most controversial and powerful idea in the entire book: the massive privatization of your money and absolute personal security. Governments primarily control you through their absolute monopoly on printing fiat currency. They constantly print fake money, which creates massive inflation that silently steals your wealth. But in 1997, these brilliant authors predicted the rise of untrackable digital cash. They predicted a decentralized financial ledger that operates completely outside government control. They saw that individuals would soon hold assets that politicians absolutely cannot confiscate. When you control your own digital money, you completely defund the corrupt state. Without massive tax revenues, traditional welfare states will eventually go completely bankrupt. This means governments will no longer be able to provide traditional police security. The authors predict that wealthy individuals will simply hire private security forces instead. We will enter a highly unequal, hyper-competitive world, completely driven by pure market dynamics. This reality is incredibly harsh, but it provides absolute freedom for those prepared. So, what is my absolute honest review of this terrifying, life-changing book today? The absolute best thing about The Sovereign Individual is its shocking, pure accuracy. Reading this brilliant book from 1997 literally feels like reading a secret time machine. It completely shatters every single illusion you have about modern global politics. Is there a major flaw or something important the visionary authors missed? The book can definitely feel incredibly cold, highly ruthless, and deeply dystopian. It paints a very dark picture for normal average workers who cannot adapt easily. It basically predicts a world where the ultra-rich completely ignore the struggling poor, entirely. But who exactly is this heavy, complex survival manual actually written for today? If you are a remote worker desperately trying to escape high taxes, read this. If you believe in decentralized cryptocurrency and massive personal freedom, read this. This incredible book is the ultimate red pill for understanding our rapidly changing world. Now, it is finally time to take absolute control of your geographic freedom. Here are 3 highly actionable, completely zero-cost steps you can take tomorrow morning. Step 1. Aggressively transition your current income into purely digital, location-independent streams. Stop relying entirely on a physical job that traps you in one single, high-tax city. Step 2. Start deeply researching the concept of obtaining a second passport or digital residency. Planting flags in multiple countries makes you incredibly resilient against sudden political chaos. Step 3. Aggressively educate yourself on decentralized, hard assets that politicians cannot easily freeze or inflate. Stop holding all of your life savings in a highly vulnerable, centralized banking system. You have the absolute power to become a truly untouchable sovereign individual today. But you must aggressively stop playing by the old rules of the dying industrial age. If you genuinely want the full breakdown of this exact strategy, I have a gift. Download the completely free PDF summary of this amazing book in the description below. If this video opened your eyes, aggressively smash that subscribe button right now. You can also directly buy me a cup of coffee using the simple link below. Until next time, keep building your digital leverage and stay completely sovereign.